Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Love the North podcast. I'm joined this evening by my guest, Wayne Tonelli, president of the Rifle and Reels Game and Fish Club. Was established in 1968, and we are going to be discussing the ins and outs of responsible gun ownership and what it could lead to in the future and where we've come from in the past. Welcome, Wayne. Thank you for joining me tonight.
My pleasure, Michael.
So, the club has been around since 1968. How long have you been associated with the club?
I was a member back in the 80s, and I rejoined about 10 years ago, and I've been the president for about the last 8 years of the club.
Oh, very nice.
Yep.
And what can you tell me as far as the history of the club? How far back can you tell me?
Okay, well, you alluded earlier that the club was formed in 1968, which is correct. The club originally, the property, the 100 acres that we lease from the M&R, was originally owned by Falconbridge Mining Company, and it was a roast yard back in the 20s and 30s.
Oh, wow.
So the land was deemed contaminated because of the open roasting that was there. However, it had regreened to a point where it could be used, and thus it was given over to the M&R to more or less be administrated, and we hold a 100-year lease on that property.
Oh, very good. Very good. And how many different ranges are there in the club?
On our property, we have 10 ranges, which include 3 archery ranges, 2 outdoor, 1 indoor archery range.
Wow.
We have a trap range. We have a 400-yard rifle range, precision. We have an action range that's primarily used with a handgun and or shotgun or rifle. And then we have other rifle and handgun ranges that are distances from 25 to 200 yards. So we have 4 of those ranges.
Oh, very nice.
Total. So 10 ranges in total on the property.
How many members would you have?
We're just a little over 400 right now at the moment, with new members coming in pretty well weekly.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're averaging around 4 or 5 members a week, new members joining the club.
All year round?
All year round.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I guess with indoor ranges, they can even shoot in the winter, I suppose.
Yeah, and 2 of our rifle ranges and handgun ranges are covered in and heated as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what kind of events do you do to try and drum up new members?
Well, we have internal events that existing members would participate in. However, we do have and have had in the past Women's Day
Oh,
in partnership with Ramacos, where women, if they paid to come out and shoot various types of firearms and a barbecue for the day.
and these aren't already members. These
No,
are
this is open. This was open to the public.
wow. And how many of those participants have ever fired a gun
firearm?
before? Yeah.
None.
Wow.
Yeah. So usually the women that are coming are completely new to firearms or the shooting sports, and they get a good idea of what a rifle can do, what a shotgun can do, what a handgun can do. So they shoot anything they want to shoot through the course of the day. We supply the firearms, we supply the instruction, we supply the ammunition, and we supply the barbecue for them. And then they get a bunch of giveaways. They get a goodie bag with all kinds of things in it.
Excellent. What kind of reactions do you normally get from a group like that?
Smiles. That's all I've ever seen were smiles, and I really feel the ladies feel a sense of empowerment when they're there, and they've done something different, or perhaps have done something that they were a little bit apprehensive of doing, and found that it was fun and it was challenging. They get to take home the target that they shot with the holes in it, and yeah,
Excellent.
It's normally a day of smiles and celebration.
And they're doing this in a controlled and safe environment.
Oh,
I think is
absolutely no. Like Michael, safety is absolutely paramount at our club. Throughout the course of that day, there's instructors that are basically right beside them, no more than a hand's length away, supervising them, showing them the functions of the firearm, all the safety aspects of the firearm, all the procedures that are required at a shooting range.
That's
Yeah.
excellent. That's excellent. And of all the members at the club, are they all or primarily adult men, or are there children?
No, we have a good cross section. I'd say over the last 5 years, we've had a big influx of women coming in, as well as family members. But we have a lot of women participating in archery, in the archery disciplines, and in the shotgun disciplines, trap shooting especially. The women are really enjoying that.
That's
that
a
part
lot of
it.
fun. That's
Yeah.
my favorite thing to do too.
Yeah.
So, but if we think back to the good old days or the old days, you would just pick up a gun and go into the woods, and the outcome is what it is. So now today, in our modern society and everything, I think the key takeaway for any of this would be responsible gun ownership, because if all those 400 members were just running around willy-nilly shooting, there would definitely be injuries. So what sort of things do you do to sort of encourage that responsible gun ownership?
Okay, well, first of all, to be a member, and like, I have to clarify, if it's a family membership, usually the husband would have the PAL. Okay, so a PAL is a possession and acquisition license.
Right?
That gives you the ability to buy a non-restricted firearm and ammunition.
Right.
Okay, usually the more senior member of the family would have that. However, there are a lot of wives that do have their pals as well. But normally a member would have a PAL or an RPAL, which is the restricted form of the PAL, which gives you the ability to buy a restricted firearm, basically handgun.
Now, do they still offer can you get the prohibited?
At this point, no.
No, it's no
Not at this
longer
point.
available.
No.
Good or bad of that. Well, I also want to hear you had mentioned family members, like children are coming out to do this. Let's talk about that a little bit. That must be a life-changing event for some of them. I mean, that's got to be exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they normally come out with the family, the father, the mother. We have set aside Sunday afternoon for children, especially for the archery aspect of it, where during the wintertime they shoot inside, it's warm.
Nice.
And under the supervision of their mother or father, or a range officer that would be present during that time too.
And
So-
they can fire whatever, like if they're with their parents, whatever firearm they bring with them, or archery.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
just like any other member would.
absolutely.
That's exciting.
And that's something that we really encourage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess the main thing about that is developing the next generation of law-abiding, responsible gun owners.
Absolutely.
And it's no different. I mean, it truly is a sport, in my opinion, anyway.
Yep.
I don't think there's ever been an injury that has occurred at a.
We have never had an injury at our club, or as far as I know, any club in Sudbury. There's never been any kind of an injury related to firearms. I'm not saying that somebody may have twisted an ankle or whatever, but no injuries regarding firearms.
No accidental shootings or anything
No.
of the sort.
Accidental discharge, maybe? No.
There are no accidents in a situation like that. So the how many kids would you say would normally show up on a Sunday for the archery?
Oh, we've had probably 10 or 12 out at a time.
Wow.
Yeah. And that would be a combination of kids being inside shooting archery, and then there'd be kids shooting 22 rifle on the rifle ranges.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And they wouldn't have the opportunity to do that in a lot of cases, I don't think.
No.
Definitely not in a safe environment anyway.
No.
And I mean, kids playing hockey get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible that there's never been an injury at a shooting range in this vicinity, and I think that just goes back to the amount of safeguards that are in place.
Yes.
And the level of attention that a responsible legal gun owner would exercise in a situation like
Correct.
that. There are, I'm sure, a lot of different things that the club would promote. I think you had mentioned at one point there was like a mantra or a
credo.
Yes, yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, basically, our credo basically is this: 4 things. Number 1, safety. Absolutely paramount. Absolutely the biggest priority we have is the safety aspect of the sport. Second is camaraderie. The camaraderie aspect comes in time and time again. I've seen it many, many times where somebody would express an interest in somebody's gear or firearm, and the next thing that would happen is that person offers them to try it. Camaraderie in terms of people passing on their knowledge, reloading, in gunsmithing, in technique, instruction, like different techniques used in pistol shooting or different techniques in archery or rifle shooting. That's where all that camaraderie part comes in. There's always somebody there that is ready to share their knowledge. And we've got a lot of very knowledgeable people. Like archery, I'll give you an example. We have Canadian 3D champion.
Wow.
That's one of our archery directors, Doug Daoud. A lot of people that have experience in gunsmithing, in reloading, whatever. So we have safety, we have camaraderie, fun. What are you there for? You're there to have fun.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're not there to be hassled. You're not there for a hard time. You're there for a good time. You're there to enjoy the sport of firearms or archery, whatever. And the last thing that goes along with safety, camaraderie, fun, is family. So our club encourages family participation.
That's excellent. And it definitely is a sport. I know a lot of people will maybe poo-poo that idea. First and foremost, it's in the Olympics, both archery and shooting.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a hard argument to make. And the same way as people will say, well, the potential for injury is intense or is immense. I'm sure if you had your golf clubs out and you were swinging them around willy-nilly, you could injure somebody pretty darn quickly too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, safety is absolute paramount. Just to go back to Olympics, during the Los Angeles Olympics, I don't know if a lot of people remember it or are aware that the first gold medal for Canada was won by a gal by the name of Linda Tom. who lived in Toronto. And Linda and I shot together way back.
Wow.
Yeah, the first gold medal that Canada got at the Los Angeles Olympics
That's
was
amazing.
Linda Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. So,
that was shooting a pistol, and it was called Ladies Sport Pistol at that time.
which we can't do anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
So, Wayne, thinking back in my youth, I've moved up here from London about 20 years ago, but before I did, friends of mine used to be heavily involved in a local range, and they would always have an open house at least once a year to invite people out to see what's going on. I think you had mentioned at one point when we were talking earlier that the first Saturday in June is National Range Day.
That's correct, Mike. Yes.
Is there a special event going on out in Garson
Yes.
at your club?
Yeah, it's usually left up to the club whether they're going to participate in National Range Day. We've unanimously, the executive and directors have unanimously agreed to host again National Range Day this year.
Perfect.
We had a very successful Range Day last year where we had over 300 people from the public. It was open to the public, families, children, whoever would come for the day and be able to use the various ranges. They could do archery. They could shoot a shotgun at our trap range. They could shoot a precision rifle at our 400-yard range. They could shoot a handgun at our action range, and then shoot handguns and rifles out of our closed-in 100-yard, 25, 50-yard, 200-yard positions. So whatever they wanted to try in terms of firearms or bow and arrow was there for them to try under the supervision of a qualified instructor.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
Now, those 300 people, that's over and above existing members.
Oh, yes. It's strictly open to the public.
So these are people who possibly have never fired a firearm in their life.
Most people that came had never shot a firearm.
Wow.
or used a bow and arrow, for that matter.
So the implements that they're using, they're provided by the club members?
The members themselves.
And
Yeah.
then even the ammunition is supplied.
The ammunition is supplied by the members, and we get donations. We've had a very good rapport with Ramacos, with Brian Ramaco, and Brian will donate ammunition to us. Recently, we got a partnership with the Chelmsford Canadian Tire, and they have donated things in the past for National Range Days. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Shout out to the Chelmsford Canadian Tire and Ramacos. This is a very important and fun-loving event to support, and we appreciate the support. So I can recall from my experiences at these ones where I used to live, there were some pretty unique firearms that I had never seen before, or fired. Mm-hmm. And I would want to go around. I think they were ripping us off, though, because they used to charge us for the ammunition. But I would try and go around and try everything that I saw just to experience that just once. And I mean, even if nothing else, the archery is, I mean, who doesn't want to be Robin Hood as a kid? So that was my big thing. I would go out and I'd rake that string across my forearm. I don't know how many times. It took forever to get rid of the scar, but it was such a great day, such a good time. Yeah. And again, there was never the look of fear in anyone's eyes, or never an injury.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, Mike. You know, as far as the safety aspect of that, we also supply all the PPE, the personal protective equipment. So everybody that would be partaking at whatever range would have proper hearing protection and eye protection.
And eye protection.
So,
That's excellent. And that's all provided as well.
That's provided as well.
So there you are, everybody. You have no excuses. So where can they learn more about this if they want to participate?
We'll be posting something on Facebook. We'll also be posting something on our website. And we normally have flyers at various businesses where we post flyers. And
I would assume Ramaco's would be
well,
one of them.
Ramaco's is always number one.
That's excellent. Excellent. Yeah. And a barbecue as well?
A barbecue as well.
Throughout the day? And
throughout the day, and that is supplied by the club.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is such a good time. I really encourage everybody to go out. You won't regret it, and you may just learn something too. So I want to thank you, Wayne, so much for being here this evening. I definitely think we've just barely scratched the surface on this topic, and I would love to see you come back. I think we could spend hours potentially talking about this. So if you're up for it, we'd love to have you back.
Would be my pleasure, Mike.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Mike.
it.